welcome to the Service Drive Revolution podcast with your hosts, Chris, the Bulldog Collins, and Gary Daniel, the G-Man.
Welcome, everybody, to Service Drive Revolution. How you doing, G-Man?
Doing good.
Jair.
Jair's not doing so well, though.
No, man.
He's a trooper.
He's looking a little peaked.
He's working hard, but he's sick.
Yeah.
Go ahead and lick that microphone. Get him sick.
Exactly.
Welcome to Service Drive Revolution, your home for anybody who has a service drive, service advisors, changes oil, answers phone, makes appointments, doesn't call customers back. Just kidding. We here at Chris Collins have the best service advisor training, the best beats. We will break dance fight anybody. And service manager training too, something that Jair does every day. He's a coach, coaching them up, right?
Yep. Love it.
Getting the big results.
Yeah, you got some big results, bro.
Yeah, man. I've been really fortunate. These
You got
guys are
some,
doing really well.
Well, you're doing good. You're helping them. You're giving them the goods.
Three story results. We're getting some three-story results.
God, here we go. Man,
So
I'm
before we
embarrassed.
stop, I don't want to.
All the comments about there's no way there was a trust fall that was 3 stories,
I know.
including his wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I want to hear this. So why don't you tell our listeners the story?
So what
that
were
your
we,
wife said
what
to
were
you.
we talking about trust falls? Like we were going to do an event and make people do trust falls, or what were we talking about?
Yeah, I
We're
think so.
talking I think we're
think
talking
so.
about
We were
events.
crazy.
It's something. Yeah.
But anyways, in that, Jair says, "Oh, in college, I was in a sorority." Just joking, fraternity. and, in my sorority, we had this thing where you hazed and they picked you up and you were blindfolded and didn't know where you're going, and then you had to walk somewhere or whatever, and then you had to like fall 3 stories, and then your brothers caught you.
Right. So the funny
wasn't 3 stories.
So my wife, who's a nurse practitioner, or she's soon to be,
Has
calls me and
Common
she goes,
sense. She's smart.
Yeah, exactly.
She's smart as a whip.
Definitely smarter than me. So she goes, honey, you know that you physically cannot fall 3 stories without like being crushed or crushing. I mean, it's just impossible. And I said, I know, I just don't remember. And then I was like, I'm fine. And then one of my buddies, who is a friend on Facebook of mine, who's a fraternity brother, goes, bro, I appreciate you just being discreet about what we were doing and not saying where we were. But it wasn't 3 stories, bro. It was like 15 feet. Now, mind you, we did blindfold you. We did tell you to go over a rail, blindfolded, and then we told you to let go, and you fell. But it was like,
But were you blindfolded when you fell?
oh yeah,
Oh, well, that makes sense. You could have feel like 3 stories for sure.
like forever.
Yeah,
It's like, what the?
Okay, let's not go for. You're gonna turn it into 4 stories here in a second.
No, but think about it, bro. You're blindfolded, falling that. I mean, I don't know.
That's what I told him. He's like, I gotta
That's
tell
the
everybody.
funniest thing to be that people do stuff like that, because I just be like, no, you want me in your fraternity, but no, you're not blindfolded.
Not doing it.
You're not giving me a beer enema. I'm not doing any of your stupid clown things. There's just no way. I'm not gonna. I'm not doing it.
Oh man, it was a good time.
I'm not into hazing.
Nah, I'm out.
Whatever. Okay.
It's a cool story either way. I can see how you would think that it was 3 stories. The bigger question is like all these people listening to our podcast about service that have nothing to do with our
That aren't even in the business. I know.
It's so funny. We have quite a following.
It's cool.
I wonder when we look at our stats how many people actually have anything to do with the car business.
I know.
I know. It's a really good point.
Because like sometimes we have more listeners than I think is possible for a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know,
It is
what
a
else?
lot. I mean, we do get a lot of downloads, and it's surprising to me.
We're pulling better than people that are just general, like, right? It's funny. Wait till we flip this. It's going to be big.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
What were you going to say?
No, I just think it's funny because a lot of my friends are my sister's coworker. I mean, my wife's coworkers and stuff, and they called me too and like, hey, so it was pretty good. It was funny, and so we listened to another one. Like, so this G-Man guy, how bad really is his freaking cholesterol, bro?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And I'm
hilarious.
like, I like 264 or something.
God.
And then they like put like, oh, he should start taking blah blah blah. I'm like,
Yeah, right.
I don't know what
He's
that
in
is.
deep trouble. He's in deep trouble. He's not gonna fix that on his own.
Is it like Levitra? I think they said
Okay,
or
this
something
is
like.
this is way off color, and all of the normal people listening to this are probably going to be mad. But do you guys know that Sam Kinison joke where he's like, he basically does this thing where he's like, you've lived your whole life, and like, then you're laying there on the slab, dead, whatever, and then you're just like, what's that? What? There's like a guy, like, he's talking about necrophilia or whatever. Guys that have, people that have sex with dead bodies. or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Gary's gonna be like dead. Like he's gonna be like 80 in a rest home somewhere, and some guy's gonna like lean over with a thing or an IV in his throat, and you're like, I got cholesterol. You're never gonna live it down everywhere you go. So funny. How's your cholesterol? That's hilarious. It's terrible.
It's
By the way,
bad.
did you tell her it was bad?
It's bad.
Yeah, I told him.
It's
You know what,
it's
though?
an American crisis. I'm really surprised Trump hasn't addressed this.
It's a real thing.
He's done a lot of stuff, but this hasn't made it on the radar. He needs to get on that. I know he's busy, but we need to talk about his cholesterol.
It might be on the 101st day. It
By
might
the way,
not
what do you
make
think
it.
Trump's cholesterol is? He can't be good, right?
No.
He looks like if you cut
I don't
him, he
know,
like
though,
bleeds
man.
milkshakes.
I don't know, man.
I've seen videos where people like, I'm gonna eat like Trump for a week, and they're like at McDonald's and Kentucky Fried Chicken, and because he eats bad.
It's weird to me. Bill Clinton. I mean, Artie Lang. Like, look at some of these guys. Like, their cholesterol's gonna be bad. I exercise.
Wait a second.
Like, what's
Bill
going
Clinton,
on?
How did Bill Clinton Artie Lang?
Well, Bill Clinton does he was the McDonald's addict when he was in office. That was the joke, the running joke. He loved the
'cause now
McDonald's.
he's like-
and he's svelte
He's like
now.
Lucas.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like,
But I mean, that's the thing. Like he was heavy, nobody, and then you got Artie Lang's, he's funny as hell, but he's a disaster.
You know what's really interesting is that we watched that documentary with Warren Buffett, and he eats McDonald's.
That's the
every
other thing.
single
I was like,
day.
are you
I wonder
kidding
how much of that
me?
is put on though. No, because he's got a
Maybe-
Coke. He's got a Coke fountain machine
Yeah.
in his office.
Yeah,
in his
right,
office, but he owns
yeah.
Coke,
Yeah.
and so they're doing a documentary on him. Like, why wouldn't you plug Coke?
Does he own that McDonald's franchise he drives by? If he owns it.
I don't know what that is. So there's a funny story in there. Like, there's two things. Like the one at the time management one, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good reminder. So Jair and I watched. Did you finish the documentary?
Oh yeah.
So it's a new documentary. It's up on, I think, HBO.
Right. HBO documentary.
And they do the best documentary. So it's just on Warren Buffett. And like, I don't know. I remember my friend Big Mike when his Warren Buffett's book came out, because the thing literally is like that. I bought it, but I never read it. I couldn't get through that thing. It was like choking. It wasn't that interesting either. But the documentary's really interesting. Like I took a ton of notes from. Did you take a bunch of notes?
Mentally.
I write mine down. So I took a bunch of notes, but the funny thing is like he has somebody like this seems so cost effective. I don't know. I guess he like prides himself on being so like cheap, I guess. But somebody puts exact change in his cup holder for his McDonald's, and if the market's down, he only has an egg McMuffin, so they just put like $2.17 or whatever. And if the market's up, he gets an egg McMuffin with cheese, or a bacon egg cheese biscuit or something.
Yes, he does.
And then they put 3 something in his thing, and so he goes through the drive-through at McDonald's, and he's got exact change, and they give him his muffin. It's just funny.
Yeah.
And then he sits there and drinks his Coke, and eats his egg McMuffin at his desk.
That was his wife. So I just watched it. I watched the beginning part of it last night. It's his wife that puts the money in his car.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
really?
Yeah, it's his wife. He says, my wife goes, so she, in
He's
the
got
morning,
a new wife?
he tells her, that's what he says. He says, in the morning, I tell my wife if the market's up or down to put this exact amount. And she goes down and puts it in his cup holder before he leaves.
Oh, I didn't know he had a new wife.
Yeah, he must.
Because the whole documentary is about his wife that passed away.
Yeah, they briefly touch on his new wife and how good of a person she is and all that stuff.
Mhm.
Whew,
I know.
that's a hard one to
I
live up
forgot he
to.
was in The Office. Have you ever seen that?
No.
The TV show The Office. So it's like the 8th season or something like that. They're getting ready to, or Michael leaves, the manager leaves, and they're going to find a new manager. And so go on this manager search, and the show was pretty popular at the time. So they had this parade of stars come through. like Ray Romano and God, who else was in that thing? There's just a bunch of guys that came through and did some sort of character to interview his manager, and Warren Buffett was there, and he's like, "Hey, can you guys do any better on salary?" And they're like, no, that's set by corporate. We can't do that. And he goes, well, what about mileage? Can you do a little better on the mileage? 25 cents a mile. It just doesn't seem like enough. And they're like, no.
Wow.
But it was funny. And the last thing was, how about long distance calls? Are you going to monitor them? Is that on the honor system? He was funny.
You got to watch that. That's funny.
It's hilarious.
He really is funny. Like, he prides himself on not being like, you know, like art. I don't know. Like, he thinks like he's more like a scientist. Like autistic, but he's not. He's really funny.
Yeah, it was funny. It's a funny
charming.
scene.
You just watch the beginning.
Look it up.
Wait till you start seeing pictures of him and Bill Gates doing weird stuff.
They're like best friends.
Yeah.
And Bill Gates, he's so young in there, and he didn't want to meet him. His mom is like, you got to meet this Warren Buffett guy. And Bill's like, stock guy.
Yeah.
And Bill Gates literally looks like he's 22.
Oh, yeah.
He's so young.
So young.
Okay, here's one. I read this to you actually on the walk to the gym a couple days ago, but or maybe I told you this. I wrote this down from it, but I don't like it. Kind of spins your head a little bit. Let me see. Change of habit are too light to be felt till they're too light to be broken. Change of habits are too light to be felt till they're too light to be broken. What's that mean, G-Man?
Well, the way I interpreted it was that if you make changes that are so light to your habit, especially if it's a bad habit, I guess, that you can't feel them. So you make little micro changes until the habit is so light that you can get rid of it, and it's gone. Does that sound right?
Do you remember that one, Jair?
I don't have no clue. I'm on NyQuil.
Fair enough.
Dayquil, whatever.
No more questions for Jair.
Let me see. Okay, this one I loved because it's so true. There's never good answers with human problems. There's always good answers with business problems.
I like that one a lot because it's true. It's very true.
And then his thing about buying businesses, and even when he was on Charlie Rose with Bill Gates, he's like, listen, if just 5% of the businesses were like in my range, I'd be okay. Like, I don't need to buy everything. He's like super disciplined.
Yeah.
Like, it has to be exactly what he wants. And he gives the analogy in there, and he said that what made it click for him is when he was really young, there was a baseball player. I forget. Do you remember who it was? Mm-mm. They charted his strike zone, and like literally, it looks like in crayon.
Yeah.
But he chops it up into like 270 boxes, and then he writes his batting average for each of the little boxes, which is super high tech for I don't know, the 50s or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and then the guy shows it like he hits 300 like right here, but it's so hard when you're playing baseball. And Warren was like, yeah, but in business, like, I'll just wait for that pitch. Like, I don't strike out. Mm-hmm. I just wait. I don't have to do anything.
You don't have to leave the plate. You just sit there and wait, watching pitches go by.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's what he's very disciplined, and ethics, like like everything is on, like, I do what I say I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. I never, everything has to be a fair deal for everybody. Very old school, like,
Did he go into the Van Tile purchase? Did he talk about it? No.
Bro, it's so small. They talk about one, and I thought about that. They talk on one that's like $12 billion. The Van Tile thing was under $1 billion.
Yeah. I always wonder why.
So but I will tell you, after watching the documentary, is I always speculated why he bought the Van Tile thing was the financing.
Mm-hmm. And the insurance, right?
Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
How he makes his money at the end of it, they tell you, and that's how he borrows against the insurance.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So the Van Tile thing was not about car dealerships. Mm-hmm. It was about the financing and the insurance.
Well, I think the timing is right for him too, because it's the age of consolidation. So all these dealers are getting consolidated into, groups, and he saw that happen, and he saw an opportunity to become part of that, because having probably 5 or 1 store to 5 stores, 10 stores is not enough for him. But buying a group that's got 100 and could grow to 300, 400, 500. That to him was a scale big enough to where if he sold insurance in that pot, it was enough money. So I think for him, it's just everything came together at the right time.
It's small to him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what he says on Charlie Rose too. Is it's not fun. He said, "I would make." Doesn't he say on Charlie Rose, "I would make a lot more money if I had less capital"? Because it's hard for him to buy something that can return. He's buying stuff that's so big. He said, if he had less capital, he's buying smaller stuff, he can make it go bigger, which is interesting.
So he's turning $1 into $1.50 instead of $1 into $2 because of the big stuff he's got to buy with so many dollars. Right.
Which is funny because we were listening to that Arnold Schwarzenegger thing, and he was talking about Warren Buffett, and he's like, he know how to turn $1 into $2 or whatever.
That's what he said.
Can you do a better Arnold impersonation than me?
He knows how to put.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Turn $1 into $2.
Yeah, that Warren, he's funny. That's good. You should do that. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Anyways, we'd suggest everybody listen to that. No matter what, it's great. It's just a lesson in business, discipline, ethics.
Yeah, and it's
Egg
funny.
McMuffins.
It's interesting that he really didn't become a big time philanthropist until his wife died, who was a huge philanthropist.
Yeah.
And so
But
that's
he
one
said
of the
from
things.
very early on, he tell her like, "We're gonna be rich. I'll make the money. You give it away."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she died before him,
Yeah,
and
she
that's
never
what threw the
imagined-
wrench in
yeah.
the thing. And so then he gives all his money to Bill Gates. But I mean, what is he giving, like $100 billion so far?
Mm-hmm.
And he just keeps getting richer.
It's crazy.
He can't stop it at this point. You should see some of the companies he owns. It's insane.
Yeah, we were talking.
The nutty thing is the way he looks at the money. So I saw the part where in the beginning he's saying he's going to give his money away to Bill Gates and then his kids who run all these foundations. And he was saying the money just has no utility for me. He says it's there to have utility for somebody to use it. And he goes, for me, it just doesn't have any utility. So why not give it to somebody that can use it?
Right.
I was
And
like,
honestly, like what the Gates and Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation, I think her name's first, right? I don't know. Their foundation is done. It's insane in parts of the world, like curing diseases and water and food and like insane. Like they're passionate about helping people.
You would think with the amount of money that Bill and Melinda Gates put into that foundation was like $300 million, wasn't it? And then now they got these billions of dollars. You would think that a lot of problems would get solved with that much money.
Right.
Like that amount of money could solve a lot of issues,
You know what Bill says?
You could buy a government, I think, with that amount of money.
You know what Bill says on Charlie Rose is that his first encounter with Warren was reading an article that he wrote for Forbes about don't leave your money to your kids.
Interesting.
Then you'll ruin your kids.
Yeah.
And he said that he lives by that too. Like, I think Warren's kids are millionaires, but he's not leaving them $1 billion.
Right. Yeah, he's not going to make them multi-billionaires.
No.
The foundation's real.
It's a
big.
weird
Which
thing.
all his kids seem very balanced, but they're all very old too.
I would leave the
Yeah.
money to my kids, I think.
Well, you're no Warren Buffett then, I
I
guess.
don't know. I
right?
just think I would want them to have it.
Me too. I think so.
I want to give a shout out to my daughter Maddie and her boyfriend Carlos. They listen all the time, so
Oh, that's
Even
cool.
the part
I
about the
want to
underwear?
get a little plug.
What
Yeah,
did
she
say about
gets
the
all
underwear?
embarrassed. She's like,
she?
Dad,
That's funny.
you
Poor
can't
kid.
talk about that stuff.
So now that you said her boyfriend's name is Carlos.
Carlos, yeah.
So is she calling him for car stuff, or is she still calling you?
It's all dad.
That's
Dad.
hilarious. He's a millennial. He doesn't know anything about cars.
He's like,
Does
"Where's
he
the
have a
Bluetooth?"
car?
No, he does not have his own car.
How old is he?
No, he's 21.
Son, you need to get, with the program, you're going to need a car.
So he was one of those kids too, and I think if I remember right, he was a senior before he got his
It's
license.
going to be freedom for
Wow.
He was one of those.
you. What's he do?
He goes to school. He just goes to he goes to a junior college back where I'm from, up north.
No work?
So, no, he works at God. Where did he work at? Sports Authority or something.
Oh.
I thought they closed all the sports.
He was a waiter
Something like
at
that. I mean,
Tulio's,
is it-
but some sort of sports.
Didn't like Dick's buy him or something?
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
he might have
Dick's.
worked. He might work at Dick's, something like that. But he's trying
It's a fun-
to. He wants to move up north to go to school with my daughter. So, which I'm not a
Does he
fan
have
of.
good grades?
Sorry, Carlos, if you're listening. I'm not a huge fan of that, but whatever. They're
Does he
gonna
have
live
good
their life.
grades?
Yeah, he does well. Smart
Oh.
kid. He's a good kid. I like him. I still don't want him
We
to
can
move to.
edit. We can edit that out.
I still don't want him to move to Santa Rosa.
Let's edit that out. Poor kid.
I know. Pissing his pants.
That's
I'm good to
funny.
him. Are you kidding me? I'm good to my kids. My daughter's boyfriend. They're fine. That's good.
I can totally see.
Let's
like,
get him on here and ask him. Like,
yeah.
let's see what he thinks. Like, you're so ego is the enemy there. You're like, oh, I'm good. I'm super dad. Let's see.
Yeah, so I bought him a plane ticket to come down and see my daughter when she was here in L.A. because he couldn't come down. So I flew him down here, paid for him.
Translate. Wait, stop. Translate. What's that really mean?
I know.
What's that really mean, Jair?
I don't know. I mean, he's keeping eyes on him, I guess.
No.
What?
More time with daddy's little girl.
Yeah, so she doesn't have to go up north.
So she's not up there for 2 weeks on the break.
Smart.
Come on, you can't see through that?
No, I guess not.
Yeah,
That's smart. That's smart.
He loves
Did he sleep on the roof, like in that outside area?
he loves his girl. He loves his girl.
And if so,
poor Blake, he gets no love at all.
Oh, Blake gets lots of love.
It's all Maddie. Daddy's little girl.
Oh, man.
So funny. But that's what it was, right?
Oh, yeah, for
He's
sure.
trying to keep her around. You want her around.
Yep.
I mean, you guys got that amazing apartment, all that for the kids that want to come.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the whole reason. You could have had a loft right down here.
For sure. The
Guys
whole reason we're over in the marinas for that.
Have each one of them needs their own bedroom. Like,
yeah.
It was a whole thing. Like super parents.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you guys have Valentine's Day figured out?
No.
Oh my God,
I didn't even know it was coming up.
Missy's so funny. Like, it wasn't even the next day after Christmas. Oh, Valentine's Day. I'm like, my birthday? Like,
You just skip right past
Valentine's
that.
Day. Oh, I figured out what I'll get you. I'm like, what?
Well, I got
it's coming up. You guys gotta get ready.
a text from one of our clients because our meeting is really close to Valentine's Day, and they're like, "Oh, you're screwing up Valentine's Day." And I'm like, "Oh, there's Valentine's Day."
Is it on Valentine's Day?
It's I don't know. It's like the day before or something like that, or the day after.
Bro, don't get me in trouble.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm in trouble because I didn't even think about it.
What are you gonna get the beautiful Miss Katya?
We don't generally celebrate that one. I'll take her out to dinner or do something. But
Why don't we up our game a little this year, Gary? Why don't we?
she has me, bro.
Why don't
She's
we
got the
flowers?
greatest gift of all.
Flowers. Oh my God.
She's got a full-time job.
Yeah.
Gary found dead.
I know.
On February 15th.
I am no prize, believe me.
In the bay. You're not gonna get her flowers or anything.
So my wife had to go up north, and she was so worried about me. She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna pack all your lunches, and I got all your snacks here." And she put them all, and she's like, because she had to leave in a hurry. And she's like, "Are you sure you're gonna be okay?" And I'm like, "I'm not a child. I'll be all right. I promise you." She just worries.
She takes good care of me. You open the refrigerator over there, there's like Tupperware label.
I know.
Gary.
It's true.
I'm like, but then when I look at it, I don't know. Like I'm running into kale and the jars. Have you seen the jars of juice she makes him?
No. What are they?
All, by the way, she's killing him with the cholesterol. Whatever she's doing, it's going the other way.
Yeah, right. It's going the other way.
That organic beet, pineapple, apple, whatever, is making his cholesterol go the wrong way. Anybody else, it would make his their cholesterol go down. Not Gary. He's got the reverse.
We'll do in and out.
Did you hear what we're gonna do for his next blood test, which is coming up?
No.
He's just gonna eat cheeseburgers.
Oh yeah.
Just see.
Yeah.
Because it can't get much worse, right?
Get a 4x4.
What's the world record for cholesterol?
Well, the highest I've ever heard was Hassan, who was over 300. That's the highest I've ever heard.
Like how much over 300?
I thought it was 310, 320, something like that. But it was up there. It was over 300.
Let's break 3. Come on. Let's not do like
That's a new bet.
Let's not do like the, like a cheap hamburger. Let's do like the real, like cheese running down your arm. Like let's do it. Mayonnaise, bacon.
Well, you know how they do like the frosted donut ones?
Oh yeah.
The donut
With the milk. Everything's got to have a milkshake.
Yeah. Yeah, they got that crazy cheeseburger at Jack in the Box. It's like what do they call it? The ultimate cheeseburger. And it's like 3 patties, I think, and 3 slices of like cheese, but it's not cheese. It's like yellow plastic that they melt and they put on there.
Gosh. Comes with those like red alert necklaces where you got to hit the button and it calls for.
And it's just one big brick, because it's all fused together.
Disgusting.
Delicious.
So we switched up. Here's a little health tip. So we switched up our workouts because Gary and I both feel like we're just lifting too much weight. Like our joints. We're like, what are we? Are we trying to set a world record for squatting? Like I don't need to squat 500 pounds. I don't care. I mean, Gary cares more than I do.
Yeah. Really more about bench.
So we told our trainer, like, we're going to switch it up, bro. Like, we want to do reps and lower weight for a while. Oh, my gosh. We did that yesterday. So we did lower weights on squats, but we did like 12 instead of... So my body's used to 5 heavy weight. Bro, today, like, oh, my gosh. He's doing box jumps at the gym. I just did the bike. That was it. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't move though. That was
My
a mistake.
legs are like
even right now, my back is spasming.
Yeah. It's hard to switch it up. Like, it's weird. Your muscles, and I'm out of breath. Like doing 12. Like it was nuts.
No, that's a tough exercise in
I
general.
didn't see you there at the gym this morning, but I'm telling you about it so you can know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you the play-by-play.
For the record,
so the play-by-play was I stretched most of it, and then I was over on the bike. And I rode the bike. Gary's doing box jumps and the rope, and like he's doing all that CrossFit stuff his wife taught us.
You're always going at me, man. Every time I walk in, it's like, hey,
because I didn't see you there.
Yeah, like the riders come in and like,
you.
ladies, how you guys doing? We went to the gym today. Did you all see Jair? I'm like, dude, what are you?
That's funny. They didn't.
They did not see you there.
It was a rhetorical question. That's rhetorical.
I know.
I knew they didn't see you at the gym.
I know.
I knew that.
I know. I'm like,
I
really?
knew it.
Really?
Every once in a while, it's funny.
Oh God, it's rhetorical.
I know, it totally is.
They didn't know that.
Every time you leave
The
here.
joke was on them, not on you.
Yeah, well, you know.
Should we have seen Jair there?
Oh my God.
Should we have waited for Jair? No, don't wait for Jair at the gym. He's not coming. He's not coming.
Oh man.
I just didn't go this week.
What time?
This week.
What time did you get up?
7:45.
I was making noise this morning. I had calls. Like,
yeah.
it was busy. It was crazy this morning.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of calls early. Sorry about that, but
It's okay.
God, that's funny.
did you see him at the
I'm
gym?
crying. I did not see him there.
No. They go to a different gym though, don't they? There's 2 gyms that you weren't at. What gym were you at?
I checked the roof, dude. It was there.
Man.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's funny too. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, bro, you have no more guest passes." So the next thing you know, I come back from San Francisco.
I've got guest passes for you for the next 2 years.
It's like
I don't know how. One day I go to walk out of the gym, and so that's the thing too. Like, they like us at the gym, and so they always would let Jair in. But there's one girl that was like always business.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're out of guest passes. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, but I'm Chris Collins, so it's gonna work out. Like, he's here. Like, what do you want, right? How would we pay? We don't have money. Like, how would we pay if they didn't let you in?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm very thankful.
We don't have that figured out.
No.
You can't pay with Uber on your phone. I don't know what we do. Starbucks. Yeah. So one day, like, I'm going to walk out, and they hand me an envelope, and I'm like, oh wow. My birthday. No. It's just a stack.
It was a huge stack.
A huge stack of guest passes. It's funny. So, anytime you want to go, let me know.
Yeah. I'm ready next week.
You know when we go. We should start texting. Because I'm texting now. Did you know that? Not texting, tweeting.
Tweeting.
I'm a big tweeter.
The tweeter.
Do you have Tweeter on your phone?
I do, but I haven't looked at it in like a year or so. I don't.
Better start looking at it. I'm
Tweeter.
tweeting. It's important stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the time.
When did you start
3
doing
times a day I'm tweeting.
When did you start doing that?
Evidently in 2014.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, is that
I got a following on there and everything.
Yeah. He had
What?
Oh yeah, you're
He's got
missing out.
8 or 900 followers. It's been in place since
way,
2014. He just tweeted 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get onto that.
Are you serious?
I probably
That's
tweeted,
like 3-4 times a day.
I tweeted that we're doing a podcast. I bet.
That's all podcasts.
I don't even have it downloaded.
It's time to get
Oh, yeah, here we go.
uncomfortable. Episode 23. Subscribe Revolution.
So is it at Chris Collins?
I don't know.
No,
Bro,
it's
I've never been on
at
there.
CC
People just tell me about it.
Yeah, if you're out there, tweet us
I
at
asked Gary for the password last time. He won't give it to me.
Tweet us at CC Gamification. So GAMIFICATION Gamification at CC Gamification.
So the question that
Blow up Chris's tweeter.
The question we have for Carlos, Jair, and everybody else listening is, we're into 2017 now. Like we're into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a month has clicked over, and we're fully going. And so the question is, what's your first 100 days of 2017 going to be like? And then what kind of prompted me thinking about this weeks ago, before we did this research and we kind of created this, was just hearing how people struggle with the simplest stuff of taking action. Like people get handicapped by just, I can't do the pay plan, I can't do the this, I can't do that. And it's like, what? You can do anything. This is America.
Right.
Like it's America. Like you can order a cheeseburger and they'll put bacon on it, and they'll take the mayonnaise off and give you half a bun, or they'll wrap it in lettuce.
Yeah.
Like you can do anything in America.
Yeah.
And so the first 100 days of a president, and this isn't a political thing. I think Obama probably had to do the same thing. But I just want you.
They all do it, right?
Yeah. I just want you to understand a new president coming in, and I want you to mentally kind of do an inventory of how much you've done to improve your business, get better, improve yourself in the first part of 2017, and then listen to all the stuff that a president has to do. So help me out here, G-Man, because this is long.
I know it is long.
We had somebody research all this, Jair. It's going to blow you away.
I'm ready.
And I want you to do an inventory of how effective you think you've been in 2017 compared to a president. Okay.
Well, I started 2017 with not going to the gym enough.
You had a good start. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put that mark. Everybody won't give it. Marked off. Okay.
So I think the interesting thing about this is the momentum that has to take place in the first 100 days, and
before the 100 days starts, right?
Before he even got in office, but. It's just interesting that they say that you have to do it while the momentum's happening. You just got elected, you're coming in like a freight train, and you just got to go. Like you can't stop and go, okay, now what are we going to do, guys? It's like you just got to go, because it gets harder the longer you've been in there, because you lose a little bit of that momentum. So it's interesting that it's the first 100 days is so important.
And also like it happened to Obama, but also like Trump, what'll happen is even though he's got a Republican majority, they'll get tired of him. And so you want to set a pace. You want to set a pace, like you said, a momentum.
Yep.
You got to get everybody kind of used to how this is going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to tee it up. We're going to knock it down. We're going to tee it up. We're not going to like pass it around the table and look at it and stare at it. No, we're like, this is action Jackson. Like we're getting to go. Okay. First thing on the list, they have to dismantle the previous administration. I don't know what that means. Then they have to prepare an inaugural event and ball. They have to choose advisors, which a ton of advisors. They have to choose an attorney general. They have to nominate a replacement for Supreme Court. Well, Trump does. So he has to nominate a replacement for the Supreme Court Justice Scalia. Adhere to representational rules of gender and ethnicity. I don't know what that means. Hire 4,100 appointees.
4,100.
4,100. Sort through 65,000 plus resumes.
Jeez.
To hire those 4,100. Move to a new city, relocate to the White House. Enacting policies coming through on what their campaign ran on. So that's a ton for him. He's building a wall and whatever. Meeting foreign leaders. So he's got to call all these foreign leaders. And if he doesn't, then they feel left out.
Yep.
Right? So you got to call like the top 25 for sure.
Yeah, you're meeting with everybody.
And those aren't quick. You got an interpreter. Those aren't easy calls. Have you guys ever worked with an interpreter before?
No.
Just take whatever you're doing and double it in time. Like I say it to you, then you say it to him, then he says it back, then it's like you got a middleman. So it takes forever. Trump speaks English. I don't think he speaks any other languages. Enacting policies, okay. Prepare inaugural speech. That's not easy.
No.
That's not easy.
He doesn't do that.
Bro, if he's saying it, he's read it a million times. He's in on it for sure.
Oh, for sure.
military debriefings, settle. He's got to figure out his business stuff, deal with personal court stuff. Then start all the proposals. So you got to start all those bills in Congress and meet with Congress, right? And then all your cabinet members and get them all set up.
Can I ask each one of you something? Now, Chris is going to make fun of me because if I was president...
Never make fun of you.
But it's okay. If I was president, what do you think is the first thing I'd want to know?
Are you considering Area 51 or something?
Exactly.
I could care less. I could care less. I don't know, man. I think
I feel
that's
is that a
heavy,
real? Is that real?
Honestly,
You've seen that Treasure Hunters movie too many times. It's like the presidential book where there's all these secrets.
Yeah, the Book of Secrets.
I think it's interesting that they were saying, again, I'm going to go back to it's his best chance to enact his agenda. It's like he gets in and his approval rating's at its highest, and so he wants his agenda to take hold and to start to take shape immediately.
Yeah, it's the 100-day honeymoon, they call it, right? So you got 100.
Yeah, the ability to build a coalition.
Every time a president gets that that first update from the CIA and everything, they look different. They got a look of, oh my God, I got the weight of the world. It's a big job.
Well, they were showing the before and after presidential photos. You can see the way it wears him down, man. Yeah. It's the weight of the world.
Trump had that look just like Obama.
How can you physically be able to handle that though? That's crazy.
It's got to be tough.
Well, one thing that I've heard people say before is that if you can campaign, you can handle it because campaigning's harder. Think about that last 2 weeks of campaigning. They're in 5 cities a day.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. They never stop. They never sleep.
That's crazy.
They're sleeping on the plane between, but it's so funny. Then you win, and then the work starts. That's a hard deal. So just to say to our audience, you think about that campaigning and all that work, and then becoming president, having to do all the stuff that they have to do. And we're struggling with simple little stuff like adding another phone and a computer or changing a pay plan, doing a new menu, raising prices. Get fired up. It's easy. It is easy. You could do that stuff in one day. One day.
And it gives you the chance to get momentum. Like they're talking about in his first 100 days. If you can, change some prices and get some stuff going and you get a little bit of momentum, it might catch a little, little downhill. And you can ride that through and have a pretty good year. But, we talk to people every day and they're just well, I don't know. We're thinking about it. Maybe we'll do something in June and I'm like, June? Half the year's over. You missed the opportunity. And now, honestly, okay, you're going to pick up a little bit of the back end of the year, but you're really looking at 2018 now if you want to have a banner year. I always measured everything, in terms of a month and then within that calendar year. That's how you measure success. It's just the way we do it. It's the cutoff points. And you got to take advantage of that. You got to take advantage of all the time that you have because you don't get that time back. It just doesn't come back. It's over.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's start doing better now.
But what's important though, and I got to give Trump some props on one thing, and it's that he tells you what's coming ahead of time. This is coming on Tuesday.
He
this
tweets
is coming on.
You gotta get the tweeter.
So if you're
get the tweeter,
exactly,
he's good on Twitter.
He is. But if you're a service manager, you tell your people, hey, this is coming this day. This is coming this day. This is gonna happen this day, and you're prepping your people to know what's coming. I mean, so many service managers just
oh yeah, that's a good point.
It's Monday. This is what's new. It's boom, boom. It's
then they have PTSD for 3 days.
Exactly.
I hate that.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
Well, and then they wonder why it doesn't stick. So you spring it on them. You don't plan very well.
They don't believe.
You don't
they
think
don't buy
about
in.
it. Yeah, they don't believe. They don't buy in. You don't have anything supporting in terms of holding them accountable to the result or having something fun that will help you. Like the gamification help you catch momentum.
Right.
And so you're just stuck. You're just do this, and they do it once or twice, and it's over.
Yeah, and every business has enough stuff going on. Everybody's busy enough that just becomes the back burner.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you get caught up in other stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's they never believed in it anyways. They didn't like it. It wasn't their idea. So,
Yeah.
So
Take action. Take advantage of these first days.
Get fired up.
It's only 30 days in. We got 60 days left to recover momentum. So if you're listening to this out there right now, you got time to go get it done.
And the punchline is we can help you if you need help.
Absolutely.
We'll help you. We'll talk you through it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll tease you until you do it.
Yeah, that's true. It's always a lot of fun.
Teasing you?
We'll mock you, put you down.
We'll beat you up. No.
We'll be like on those reality shows. We'll be like, rah, yelling in the commercial. Like, this is the worst service department I've ever seen. Want your new pay plan now? This is so funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but no, it is like seriously, like the purpose of this one and the message we wanted to give everybody is just like the first 100 days of a president is daunting and crazy. Everything really isn't that complicated. Like, it's not easy, I get it, but when you compare, like, you can do things. You can change pricing, you can hire techs, you can do all the stuff you need to do, and if you need help, tools, advice on that, we can help you. But beyond that, like, get fired up and go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's go.
Yeah.
And anybody too in our coaching group, this is for you too. Like, try to win the $50,000 challenge. Get fired up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's make some moves.
Well,
We're gonna look back on this and regret not moving
Yeah.
faster.
I think that's a good kicking off point. The $50,000 challenge, like, you know, commit to winning it. And if you don't win, you win anyways, right? Because if you can crank your labor sales up another $10,000, $15,000 a month, by the time we get to August and we rewrite the check, you've made 80, 90, 100 grand.
Right.
So, okay, you could get, if you won the 50, it's just icing on the cake. But the truth is, if you just commit to the challenge and go, you win.
Revolution! Let's go, Jair.
Take the revolution.
That's right.
He won't be at the gym tomorrow either.
No.
No.
NyQuil. No.
Okay, you want to say anything in closing to your sorority brothers?
Fraternity brothers. My gosh, dude. Okay.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
I'm just mad I didn't go to college. Sorry.
it's okay. You're very well educated. I mean, look at the books you read. Jeez, you're reading like 4 books a day.
Self-taught.
That's true.
Be self-taught. Little Bukowski. Thank you
It's always
for
a
being
pleasure.
sick and coming on here.
Yeah.
Our ratings always increase when you're on.
I love it. I have a great time.
We good, G-Man?
I'm good.
Cheeseburgers with bacon and cheese.
Yes, absolutely. That's what's happening right after this.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. Get fired up.
Hasta la
100
vista.
days.
Adios.